morning. I can't hear anything. Good morning. Welcome to Two Scoops Morning News with Dan and Craig. I am a
Good
mess.
morning, America.
And
Is
he's
that the right
Craig.
show? Is that the right show? Are we
I don't
here?
know.
Are we...
Why
Can you
can't
hear
I?
me?
I'll figure it out while this intro plays.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Two scoops.
Now suck my tongue.
You're watching Two Scoops Morning News with Dan and Craig, your sunrise reminder that things could get worse, so laugh at them while you still can.
Yay! We're all prepared this morning. Everybody's awake. Everybody's happy and ready to go. Let's talk about the Dalai Lama banging kids, probably. Craig, how are you?
Nice intro.
Thanks. I'm on
Oh,
my A game this morning.
I don't even know if I have the story pulled up. I don't. How's it? How are you this morning?
Okay, I've got this little tuft of hair that won't lay down, and it's gonna drive me crazy this whole time.
I love it. I love it indeed. Derek Ambrose says, Two scoops. What is this? You both actually work up this morning? Whoa.
What's happening?
Whoa.
What is
I
that?
don't know. That was a video trying to play in the background that decided after all this time, what is happening?
Well, guys, thanks for tuning in today. It's clearly not gonna work out.
It won't pull up the article that I have. It just wants to pull up the freaking video. It really wants us to play the video. So why don't you just go ahead and play that video if you have it? Not that.
We needed another minute. There, I shared the tweet. Good morning. Welcome to Two Scoops of Morning News with Dan and Craig every Tuesday and Thursday, or whenever we feel like it. I am Dan,
And I am Craig.
and this is our first story. Craig, what are we talking about? We're talking about the Dalai Lama. He
We're
did some
talking about the
shit.
Dalai Lama, yes, and there's two Dalai Lama stories actually today. I don't know what your story is, but the first one is really weird.
Huh.
Go ahead and play the video. The
Play the
Dalai
video?
Lama is a bit creepier than we all expected, apparently.
Shocking.
Then I think finally here also.
Wait for it.
And suck my tongue.
Now,
And suck my.
I don't know if. Thanks for pausing it there.
No problem.
Now, I don't know the Indian culture. This is India, right? The Dalai Lama's from India.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure, we'll go with that. I don't know the culture over there, if that's like culturally appropriate to ask some random strange boy to suck my tongue. Over here, we don't put up with that shit around here unless
That's
you're
right.
like,
Send the
unless you're
American
Catholic.
police over to arrest this man at once.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I thought the same thing with the kiss thing. Like that's one thing, and even with the kiss though, the kid pulls back like pretty quickly. Like
Right.
this doesn't feel normal, and then with the suck my tongue thing, the kid like leans in like he's going to, and then does it, and then they laugh, and he's like, I am on the spot here. I don't know what to do. Clearly, this kid's uncomfortable with this situation with a hero of his, obviously, and yeah, I don't know. Like the kissing is one thing, and that seems to be not taken well. But I can't if there's a culture where it's normal to tell children on television in front of audiences to suck your tongue, I just have to wonder what else is culturally appropriate behind the scenes for your culture. And I don't really care what your culture is if there's more things going on than well, even just this is, I would say crossing the line.
Hector says Dalai Lama is the political ruler of Tibet. Okay, it's early in the morning. My brain is not turned on, so
So he's the
give us
Joe
a little
Biden
bit.
of Tibet. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
but like the difference is, well, maybe not. I don't know about U.S.
Political,
politics.
spiritual ruler.
Yes, spiritual. Like, the Dalai Lama reincarnates into another being before he's even dead. Somehow, I'm not sure how that works. I thought you had to die to reincarnate, but for some reason, the Dalai Lama gets a pass at reincarnating even before his death. Like, he gets to choose who he's
What
reincarnating
happens
into.
to the old Dalai Lama when he reincarnates into somebody? Does the old person just
old
like
Dalai
go back
Lama
to
starts
McDonald's?
No, he starts telling kids to suck his tongue and then gets all over the news for being a freaking weirdo. Um, so I got an actual article about this because the Dalai Lama has come out and apologized. At least he's one step above Joe Biden. He's come out and apologized for being a
start.
fucking creep
a
on
start.
live television. If you want to share this article, I can read it.
I can't do anything at the moment because nothing is working. I can't even move my
Nothing
screen.
working.
I don't know.
So
My
we just
screen
get to
moved.
look at we get to look at the Dalai Lama's.
Let me see if I can
This is
without
the entire show.
Hold on. Craig's screen. Here you Is it gonna work? It's not
I still see the Dalai Lama's tongue.
wait, here we go. 2. There we go.
There it is. The Dalai Lama, 87, apologizes after kissing young boy on the lips and asking the child to suck his tongue in a bizarre interaction captured on video at a charity event in India. See, I wasn't that far off. It was in India.
Tibet.
Give me some credit here. Footage captured the unsettling interaction between the boy and spiritual leader. The uncomfortable video has sparked widespread outrage across social media. Tibetan
Yeah.
Buddhist leaders' office has issued a. So did he issue an apology, or did his office issue an apology?
I don't
That's
think
what I
it
want to
really
know.
matters. It's
The
same
Dalai
thing.
Lama has apologized after an unsettling video appeared on social media in which he kissed a boy on the lips before asking him to suck his tongue. Footage of the uncomfortable incident, which we just saw, showed the moment the Tibetan spiritual leader invited the boy on stage during a charity event at his temple in Dharamshala, India, in February. In the video, the boy asked the Dalai Lama, "Can I hug you?" Well, the boy kind of initiated all this, okay? I mean,
Are you
the boy
saying
asked for a hug.
the boy acting like that, the boy was asking for it?
He was asking for it, clearly. The Tibetan, or to which Tenzin Gyatso responds, "Okay, come." God, maybe choose your words differently. The spiritual leader first asked the boy to kiss him on the cheek before pointing at his lips. He holds the boy's face as they briefly kiss. Then the pair press their foreheads together. Just as the boy pulls away, clearly uncomfortable, the Dalai Lama instructs him, "And suck my tongue," prompting him to slowly inch forward towards the 87-year-old's outstretched tongue. Attendees of the event held by India's M3M Foundation can be heard laughing as the boy sits awkwardly in front of the aged Tibetan Buddhist leader and
He does this
nervously
all the
follows
time. This is nothing
his
for us.
orders. Yeah, it's just old. It's just old Dolly.
Yep.
I mean, it's just good old Dolly, just being Dolly.
Yep.
Before letting the child go, the Dalai Lama imparts some wisdom, telling him to look to those good human beings who create peace, happiness, and not to follow these human beings who will always kill other people. Supporters of the Dalai Lama sprang to his defense, claiming their leader was simply joking around.
Okay,
but the
joking around in what way, though? Joking around sexually with a child? Like I don't
Mhm.
care if you're just joking around. If this is where your brain goes to when you're joking around with a child on, like, with the press there and with an audience there, what are your jokes like behind the scenes?
So the official Twitter page of the Dalai Lama, which I find strange in itself, says a video clip has been circulating that shows a recent meeting when a young boy asked His Holiness the Dalai Lama if he could have a hug. It's like they keep justifying it. It's like, look, the boy
Yep.
did ask for a hug. He
Blaming the
initiated
kid.
this interaction. His Holiness wished to apologize to the boy and his family, as well as his many friends across the world, for the hurt his words may have caused. His Holiness often teases people he meets in an innocent and playful way, even in public and before cameras. He
Even
regrets
sexual.
this. This sounds a lot like
Joe
a
Biden.
Twitter post coming from the White House
Right.
justifying Joe Biden. Yes. Oh, Joe Biden, just Uncle Joe, just being Uncle Joe. He often like jokes
So
around with the little boys.
I had I was digging into some of this yesterday, and the E Times Lifestyle, I don't know, just posted this link, and I was trying to figure out what the issue, like what was going on, and this one came up. Just says Dalai Lama controversy, asking the boy to suck his tongue, a custom or a sin, and then somebody who's clearly got some Indian in them posted highly exaggerated news. This insane. Nothing such happened. I feel like I should do it in Indian voice. Um.
You do it.
This highly
Do it.
exaggerated news. This insane. Nothing such happened. Don't try to make news out of it. There are a lot more news on the other side. And then I said, "Are you sure about that?" So they're saying this is fake. This is fake news. And then I just posted the link or the video that we just watched of him saying it, and the response to that was, "In this age of too much sexualized world, kiss is considered sexual behavior for H Dalai Lama. It's a genuine expression of unattached love. H is playful with kids, men in beard and all. He always emphasized he is simple monk. He is nothing special." Okay, so because he kisses adult men also, that makes kissing children okay. And again, the kiss, if you told me it was a cultural difference, okay. I'm not sure what culture telling a kid to suck your tongue is acceptable in. If that's your culture, then your culture's fucked up. Like, sorry,
Mhm.
but it is. And like, I was just thinking about it last night. Like, even if this was a joke, even if this was playful, giving all benefit of the doubt, and he didn't mean anything by it, it's like I wouldn't tell like somebody that I was dating to suck my tongue like in public on camera. Like, that's such a weird thing to say to anybody at all, let alone to a child that you just met who respects you as a spiritual leader. I can't. No. No.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. Um, just because something is culturally acceptable, does that make it right? Like, just to say, "Oh, it's just being playful." Like, what if, as Derek Ambrose said, not me, Derek Ambrose said, what if the Dalai Lama, joking around and it was culturally acceptable, said, "And suck my junk," and
Right.
it's just like, whoa!
I have a
I mean,
line
that
for jokes to children. I don't think that's too prudent of me to not want anybody sexualizing children, whether they're joking or not. Uh,
yeah, it's like the cultural line, sure, fine, but this guy also has to know that he is a public, like an internationally public figure, and in some cultures where he is, like has some kind of influence over, some of those cultures aren't going to like this. You have to, like, yes, we have to be culturally sensitive to other uh, other cultures that are watching this show, obviously, and not do Indian accents because we might have
of course.
Indian listeners. But
Derek
this,
Ambrose says, just to show that we're not being culturally insensitive, I'll read Derek Ambrose's comment in an Indian accent as well. Derek Ambrose says, "That boy would ask Biden to smell his hair," which, yeah, it would be the boy's fault in that situation too.
well, obviously, um, yeah, it's just like the Dalai Lama is on Twitter, so clearly he knows his international reach. So he should be like, this might not go over well in other countries. It might
Yeah.
be acceptable here, but not there.
At the very least, your guy's either a creep or he's retarded. Because we live
Probably.
in the days of the internet. I have a feeling he's aware of that. I think he knew that there were cameras there. I don't know.
I mean, there's probably cameras everywhere he
He
goes. He's
seems
basically the Pope for Buddha.
he seems like a nice guy. There's a part of me that wants to like give him a pass because he's clearly got a playful spirit to him. But how far does
But
that
so does
playful
the
spirit
Pope.
go? Right.
So does the Pope, but nobody gives the Pope a well,
This
at
guy's
least we
like
don't
the
give
Pope and Joe
that.
Biden combined.
Yeah, or the Pope and the Pope combined because yeah, they're not much better. I don't
Right.
know what it is with all these organized religions, but apparently they all run in the same circles.
They get
of
really bored with the old women. Jeez.
women or the lack of. I mean, he's a monk. The Pope
Yeah.
is celibate. I mean, they I mean, they get worked up, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, celibacy might not be the right answer to all spiritual things. I just have my sneaking suspicion that it doesn't work out usually whenever you're a authority male figure and not allowed to do anything with anybody. Anyway.
Well, it really doesn't help that the Dalai Lama lives in exile too, so like there's just like nobody around him. It's not that he can't. He's just celibate. It's just like he doesn't. Maybe they're trying to
You're the
say
prettiest thing I've seen all week.
you're the only thing I've seen all week.
Gross.
Did you have another story?
Yeah, there's this show on British television because they might even be worse than the Indians.
That's mine.
This
Ew,
is-
what?
This is called Naked Education, and let's get my channel banned again for a copyright strike and watch this.
Physical?
I couldn't look at them. I don't think my cat's even got that much hair.
You're giggling quite a lot back there.
I'm always the one that giggles.
Bobby, how do you feel?
I feel fine. Yeah, I'm not even bothered.
I mean, I've never been in a room with 4 naked people. They've never been in a room with 4 naked people.
So this is the setup.
Why are we in a room with 4 naked people?
This is the setup. You set children down in what's set up to look like a public school classroom, and then
Are
you
these
bring
children?
in,
I can't tell. Like,
I
are
think
they?
they're like, I mean, the boy on the right and the girl in the middle and the girl on the left. Pretty much all of them look like underage. I think they said that like the youngest was 16 or something like that. So they're not all over 18 at least. And yes, there was parent consent. Yes, these kids, I'm sure, knew what they were getting into for this to be filmed. This wasn't a surprise like many people are making it out to be. But we now have the education of, and especially the optics of making it look like a public school and then sexualizing it and making it about naked adults in your classroom, which in today's day and age seems like it might not be the best marketing strategy. And you know that there was a team of people that sat down, came up with this. There were writers. There was like the whole 9 yards. And this made it onto the air where we're just going to show kids naked adults in a classroom and have them talk about their penises.
Now,
The grooming isn't
first
going
of all,
on.
I understand that they're trying to make this look. It's like people trying to make this look like a public schoolroom without ever having been in a public schoolroom in the last 40 years,
got
because the
desks.
desks do not look like that anymore.
Right.
Now, what's the point of this? Because I think you can do all these things with. You remember those, like, kind of uncomfortable, like, pictures with like the arrows pointing at like the tip and saying, "Hey, this is the tip," and
Sure.
the arrows pointing at the nutsack and
Talking
saying,
about
"This is the nut."
anatomy images.
Yeah, yeah, like the cross cut sections where you can see like inside of the
Sliced
tip
open
and stuff.
penises. I mean, those
Yeah.
images were ahead of the curve on the trans stuff because they were slicing open the penises a long time ago, showing you where the new clitoris is inside when you mold it just right. But no, the premise of this is not like a joke to make these kids uncomfortable, although it does seem to make them uncomfortable. Um, it is
It's
to
good.
it is to educate them and make them feel more confident in their bodies by showing them adult male, female, and things in between naked in front of them. Let's watch this one for a second.
As teenagers, you're always thinking, I'm so fat.
There have definitely been times I've looked in the mirror and hated what I see.
This is a baby step to becoming more accepting of who you are.
Being naked is not a bad thing at all.
0, please.
I think it's time that we see what real male bodies look like. Whoa, naked men.
There's a woman with her boobs cut off, and there's like a trans dude later too. So they're showing the full spectrum of possibilities here, and yeah, we're gonna show kids because kids couldn't possibly figure out what naked people look like, and having
we have
having
the
sexual
internet.
assault, the TV show, will make them more comfortable with their bodies. Having flashers on parade, like this is something you get arrested for if you do it on the street, but if you do it on TV, then suddenly it's fine.
I mean, for now, you get arrested for it. It's coming. It's coming where it's going to be just a matter of expression to be able to just flop your
I mean,
penises out.
have you been to a pride parade?
I have not. I
haven't
have
either.
not.
I've seen the videos though, and it seems like we're in certain contexts we're already there. But yeah, this is just see, there's a nice bearded lady. I'm sure she's got some fun stuff going on downstairs. I don't know. That's a mullet, I think. I don't know what's happening here. I don't even know what I'm looking at. So this will help clear up for the kids.
I was gonna say, if you don't know what you're looking at, maybe you need to watch this show so that you are more
Some
aware of
naked
what you're looking
education
at.
myself. Yeah.
Now, if this is okay to put these kids in front of these and have these people disrobe and display their junk in front of them, why do they have to blur it out on television?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if it is blurred out on the actual show. This is just the promo stuff coming out. I'm not sure if it's blurred on the show. I know, like, I was looking for another clip where it's like blurred, but then they're showing like up close shots of dicks, and it's like pixelated, but you can clearly see what's going on here. And
Please don't put that on this. We don't. This.
I'm looking
I don't
for
want
it. I'm
that
gonna
on my
find it for you.
YouTube.
I know you want it.
I don't
You
want it. I don't want to. I. I mean, as much as I want to know what the male member looks like,
I've never seen one.
I haven't either. Never.
Yeah. So this is entertainment of the future. We've Dave Casey on my show a few months back talked about. Did you see the trailer for Power Slap?
No.
It's literally just
No.
a show where it's like a reality TV show, so they're like hyping up the drama and stuff behind the scenes where they're like talking smack, and then they go out and they literally just have like they slap each other with one big slap. And
In the face?
Yeah, it's like UFC, but without the fighting, just one
They've
slap
had
each.
this on YouTube for years. They like hold on to the thing in the middle and they like powder their hand up and they like smack the shit out of each other.
Yep.
Yeah, they've been doing that for years, and it's always.
What's a TV
I
show
actually enjoy watching them because there's always like this scrawny
Stop.
guy trying to slap this guy with this big meaty head, and then that guy smacks the scrawny guy and like
So you're
literally
the type of
knocks
guy
him
who would watch Naked Education, because my point here was going to be that are like at the very least, even if there wasn't anything harmful about this, which I'm not convinced, but even if this was just fine, the level of retardation that our society has gone to where like we've got nothing left. We're at best creatively bankrupt to the nth degree. Like our entertainment now is like, let's just have adults flash kids in school and yeah, roll credits.
But it's for educational purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't know that? So kids can be more comfortable with themselves. Hey, now
Right,
at what
it's
point
about the kids.
is it like the
Somebody think
season
of the
finale?
children.
Is it the season finale where they're like, all right, now that we're all comfortable with our bodies, you guys get naked? Is that the twist?
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, we've got another bastion of like quality entertainment. MILF Island is a thing now, and that started as just, hey, MILFs on a TV show, and then it turned into their sons were there on the TV show, and then they had to
Ew.
blindfolded massage their the boys and decide which one was their son. These fun little innocent game shows and things. And yeah, I don't want to know how that season finale ends, but I bet it ends with a baby that has a flipper coming out the side of its face.
What the hell? I mean, can we go back to
feel like a
sitcoms?
boomer.
Can we
where
go
it's
back
like,
to sitcoms?
These damn kids and their entertainment, their music sucks, and all they're just taking their dicks out on stage, like. But it's literal now. Like, it's literal. I like who's just fine with all the stuff. Dan's mic is low. Somebody says. Thanks for telling me at the end of the show.
Oh my gosh, you're so loud now.
Hi guys, welcome to. Hold on. Good morning, and welcome to Two Scoops Morning News with Dan. All right, that's enough. Yeah.
I mean, if we did this more often, this would become a more natural thing for us, but we don't do it more often, so it's like we're doing something new. It's like a fresh start every time we do this.
Yeah, last Tuesday I was busy, and I was like, let's do Thursday. And then on Thursday, around like 8 p.m., I was like, wait a second. Today's Thursday.
I was actually going to text you at about 8 p.m. and be like, are we doing this today or what? Because that's about when I remembered too.
Oh, well, whenever we feel like it. Apparently we didn't feel like it, even though we didn't mean to not feel like it. But, yeah, this is, here's one. I probably shouldn't even pull this up. This is Twitter safe. I'm not even sure if this is YouTube safe. It's a lot of hair. And I'm not sure if you could count that as anything showing or not, but maybe we just won't show it. Just know that it's not blurred other than God's blur with his own natural methods to protect these children.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't put that on. This is on my YouTube channel too.
Yeah, that's tempting then. Craig, you got any final thoughts on spiritual politicians asking kids to suck their tongues or public school education of grooming on television?
I was going to say, does it...
Groomers, the TV show.
Does it kind of seem like we're trying to normalize certain things here?
That's what I'm saying, like,
maybe
the
that's
optics
just
of it, doing it in a school in today's day and age is just so bad. Like, if this was something that they did like 10 years ago, it wouldn't be as bad as it is now. Well, it would be less socially acceptable than it is now because it's not widely socially accepted to groom children in schools like it is now. But when people are upset about the public school system and the grooming situation, maybe don't make a show about it.
Yeah. Now, what happens if your child? I know your kids aren't public schooled, neither are mine. But what happens if your kid came home from school and you're like, yeah, there was these like 4 naked people in our school today, and they just took their clothes off to make us more comfortable with nakedness?
I would beat the shit out of my kid. You were supposed to close her eyes.
That's the only solution to all the problems.
No, I have no idea what I would be capable of if I were to find that out. They certainly wouldn't be going to public school anymore, and there might be some naked bodies in the football field or something.
I mean, that's fair.
I don't know, but yeah, it's not a good look, and I don't just mean like societally. I mean like these people are real ugly. And they shouldn't feel good about their bodies.
Literally not a good look.
Maybe we need a little more shame. Like, we're such an anti-shame culture that now we're just completely like, shamelessness is a virtue. And it's like, maybe you should be embarrassed by the retarded decisions you make sometimes. Maybe bullying is a good thing.
Shame was kind of like an evolutionary process. If you believe in evolution, it's just like shame probably saved a lot of lives, to be honest. Yeah. Like, just like, wow.
We got rid of shame and then the mass school shootings went up. What does that tell you? You get rid of bullying, then we got suddenly nobody can handle names anymore or whatever. Everybody's a victim.
I've said this for years. It's like I kind of got a fair share of bullying, and I'm sure you got a fair share of bullying, but I feel like the fair share of bullying, as horrible as it was, and as much as I wouldn't want my kids to experience bullying, it's like a little bit of bullying does kind of make you more of like a socially aware person, I think. And now there is no social awareness, there's no social skills on top of that. It's like it's not really, I mean, there is a little bit of benefit of somebody saying, "Dude, you're a little fucking weird." And
I've
yeah,
been told that a lot,
you,
and I've
you
just
can
learned to
either,
embrace it. But my
I was gonna
weirdness is
say,
not flashing children.
yeah, well, you either A, like, change yourself a little, or B, like, become more social, more, like, self-accepting of yourself, in the process. So, I feel like there was a little bit of benefit to a little bit of bullying. Now, I feel like
And
that can get
these adults have clearly not become comfortable. I mean, they're comfortable enough with themselves to flash children on TV, but this is for getting rid of the social stigma of the human body. It's like that's
Mhm.
a great way to flower this up, but no, thank you.
It's like there's gotta be a better way to tell kids to be accepting of yourselves
Right.
besides standing naked in front of them.
I could think of at least one or two, like maybe just telling them. Start with that, like to
It's
just
like
tell them that you're okay,
just be
and
like,
then
"Hey, I was bullied too. Now look at me. I'm okay. I'm okay, guys." And then the kids be like, "Oh, it'll be okay." And then we jump to the step of disrobement. It's like, "See,
mhm.
I'm okay."
See, I'm fine. This is normal. I wonder if therapists are struggling these days in this
No,
lack of shame
therapists
culture.
are loving it
I don't
because
know because I'm
they
sure
get
there's
more
a
clientele.
yes, but clearly a lot of these people don't know how to like go and talk to somebody about their problems. They have to disrobe in front of children to solve their problems. So yeah, the therapists probably love that the entire society is mentally broken and struggling, but if there's no shame, then the problem is that the culture doesn't realize or that they're mentally broken. They want to accept, embrace, and affirm the mental brokenness instead of fixing it. They want to make it the children's problem and your problem instead of being like, hey, maybe if I have the urge to do this, I need help and need to talk to somebody.
Now you gotta realize most of the therapists are on kind of the same trajectory as the medical field, where it's not about like fixing problems, it's about like throwing medicine at it. So most of these therapists are like, "Oh, you have a problem, take medicine." And then they
Right.
take medicine and they're like, "I still feel shitty, but just kind of high now. And now I just want
I
to
feel
shoot
shitty, but I'm
people."
happy about it.
Or are they though? Because one of the side effects is suicide or mass
No.
shootings happens to be one of the side effects too. So are they happy about it? It's just like um, yeah, I I don't think the therapists feel like they're failing. I feel like the therapists are like on in on the game. A lot of them are in on the game that big pharma is in on. So no, no, I don't think they're having a hard time at all because they're just making money. They're just bankrolling off of a broke society, a completely broken society. It's like what percentage? I'd like to see the numbers of what percentage of Americans are on some form of SSRI now, and
Yeah.
are the therapists? It's kind of like the difference between a medical doctor and a nutritionist. It's like the medical doctors aren't telling you to go out and eat healthy. They're just saying, take this heart pill and keep eating like shit, like you've been eating all this time.
Yep.
And I feel like the psychological field is the same way. They're not telling you to go out and get fresh air and be happy with your life and learn how to accept yourself. They're like, here's a pill. Now go watch
Or a
people getting
vaccine.
naked on TV. Yeah, or a vaccine. Obviously, the vaccine will help you be happier too.
It worked for me. Well, I mean, not till like the seventh one. I was depressed up till then, and I've got this twitch, but I'm happy about it now.
I got this growth that's pressing on the part of my brain that gets depressed, so I'm good now.
Win-win, and I'm societally acceptable as a human. Yeah, I think we've beat this naked, dead pedophile horse enough today. Craig, where can people find you and the things that are definitely not related to the things we talked about today?
You can find everything that I do at the website breakthebellpod.com. Are kids still using websites these days? I don't know. I don't
I
know.
hope kids
feel
aren't
like
watching this because our show is not appropriate for children, let alone
it's not
Channel 4's Naked Education.
true. Breakthebellpod.com is the website where you can find that I am a legitimate source, because that's the only reason people use websites these days, is to be like, are these people legitimate?
like a
and they go to
business
the
card.
website.
It's like a
Yep. And
business
then
card.
they're
Nobody
like,
cares
okay,
to go to look at the thing. They just need to know that you have one. They need to know that
yes,
you've suffered enough that you're serious.
yes, exactly. So my business card, all my suffering can be found at breakthebellpod.com, and you can find links to our social media, which is where most of the kids go these days, at Twitter,
We're not talking to
Facebook,
kids, Craig.
Instagram.
Stop talking.
Okay,
Stop addressing the children.
sorry. I'm sorry. The handle at Break the Bell Pod. If you are an adult, go to Break the Bell Pod and watch my show, because it's for adult eyes only.
That's right.
And I disrobe on it for
well, let's switch
$5.
this screen real quick. Come on, please. It's not switching. Okay, you can find me at thesystemisdown.t. There we go. .tv or wherever the System is Downs are sold, and there will also be no adult disrobing on my show unless Jack Casey comes on this week. Yeah, if you're 85 or older, go to @TSIDpod on Twitter or on most things. Just look it up. You'll find it. Doesn't matter. I'm tired. Craig, anything else before we depart for the next 3 weeks?
I think I said it all.
Nice. Good job.
Now suck my tongue.
This has been 2 Scoops Morning News every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 a.m. Central or whenever we feel like it. Until next time, hang in there, America.